What's up, everyone? It's Nick Good here, and today we're going to go over the 4 must-know things everyone needs to know before buying a home. And be sure to watch to the very end for that bonus tip. I've been in real estate for a little over 16 years now and have been involved in selling over 3,000 homes. And these are some of the most common occurrences that we see for first-time home buyers or for buyers who haven't bought a home in years. First is, don't worry about the minor cosmetic issues that the house most likely will have. What I mean here is that when you walk into a home and you're wondering, why the heck did someone paint the walls canary yellow? Or when you walk into a kitchen and you hate the countertops because they don't have granite or marble or whatever the current countertop trend is at that moment. And unfortunately, there's just too many buyers out there that focus way too much on these cosmetic items, and it ends up costing them that perfect house for them. So what should you look at when buying a home? The first item to consider is the location of the house. This is something that you aren't able to change. You can't just pick up and move it into another location. And we always advise our clients to see how the commute time to work and back will be, or if it's back to a busy street. We'll talk about that at a later time. The second item to consider is the floor plan. Though you could change this, it would end up costing you a ton of money. So our advice is always love the layouts and always love the location. The third thing is with the cosmetic issues is that if you don't like, for example, the paint color per se, well, new paint may end up only costing you a few $100 to $1,000, and if you're willing to paint the house yourself, you can save quite a bit on labor. If you don't like the flooring, then you can change that out for around $3,000 to $15,000, depending on what you're wanting installed. And if you're unhappy, let's say, with maybe the kitchen, remember, those updates in kitchens and bathrooms can help you sell faster and for more money. That update in the kitchen could cost you about $15,000 to $25,000. Again, this is dependent on what you're wanting to do update-wise. So just remember, when you're walking through a house, the majority of the time when you walk through that home, very rarely is that home going to really make 100% perfect for you. Most likely you're going to want to change something out of that home. And what you don't want to do and have happen is that if you decide to pass on that perfect home because of these minor items, and you end up comparing other homes to the one that got away, you're definitely going to be frustrated when that perfect house sells because you found out that you really should have made an offer. The second thing you should know is that you should look at, when looking at a home, is that you want to look at it at different times of the day so you're able to get a full scope of how much traffic comes through. Or maybe that home is near a school and parents use that street as a place to park and they wait for their kids to get out of school and it becomes a complete parking lot and a nightmare on that street. This is one of the easiest due diligence items that you can do when it comes to buying your new home. That third item to consider is commute times, right? I've already mentioned it once. So that commute times, it's important to understand the flow of traffic to and from work so that you can decide if you're okay with the location of the home. We had a client not too long ago that ended up selling their house at a really significant loss because his commute time to his job became close to 4 hours round trip, and it was causing a major strain on his performance at work and his relationship with his wife and family. So with how quickly Dallas-Fort Worth is growing, and with more and more people going back into the office, our traffic has gotten really bad compared to the last 3 or 4 years. So one trick that you can do is that you can use Waze or Google Maps during the major rush hour commute times to see what that average time to and from work would be. That fourth item you should know is always get the home inspected. That way you know what you're getting into with the home, right? This should be a no-brainer, but unfortunately a lot of times people will skimp out and not pay these extra fees, and they're going in blind. These inspections can be a general home inspection to check out the overall scope of the house, right? Once you do that, though, you should also look at bringing in more of the experts. For example, bringing in a plumber to make sure that plumbing is in good shape. The last thing that you want to have happen is when you move into your new home and those toilets start backing up, or you're getting a really, really large water bill because you find out that there's a break in the plumbing line or break in the fresh water line. And now you're going to need to spend $5,000 to $10,000 to fix it. There's no going back to the previous homeowner to get that fixed. Or getting a heating and air conditioning technician out there to make sure that the HVAC units are performing correctly. Trust me, during our hot 100-degree summers, what you don't want to have happen here is you don't want to be dealing with a broken AC and you're in a house that's 87 degrees. So doing these inspections will also help you determine what repair items you should ask for from the seller, or what type of deferred maintenance you are okay with having once you buy and move into your new home. So here's that bonus tip. Right? Thank you for watching all the way through. So here's that bonus tip. You need to get with a reputable lending institution 3 to 6 months before you want to start looking for your new home. This way you know exactly what your credit scores are. You'll know exactly what documents you're going to need to provide. Getting a loan can be very frustrating with all the paperwork and documentation that lending institutions are asking for in today's strict lending guidelines. So that way it's best to get this done up front so you can be best prepared beforehand. That way you won't be frustrated. 2, you will know exactly what you need to do to get ready to be in that perfect home buying shape. So again, we recommend doing that 3 to 6 months out before you are ready to start looking at houses and moving into your new home. Doing all of this will help ensure that you don't get your loan denied and now you're frustrated because you aren't able to get into that new home. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go ahead, give this video a like, and if you want to see more videos, please hit that subscribe button. And last but not least, if you're thinking of buying or relocating to Texas, we would love the opportunity to earn the right to be your go-to realtor. Right? All you need to do, leave a comment down below, go to our website, thegoodhometeam.com, and you can see all available homes for sale there. Thanks for watching.